was about 7 years old, there was this commercial for some sort of laundry detergent, and the commercial basically was this little girl walking with one of her parents in her rain boots and her raincoat, and it was all muddy and gross outside, and she's walking along, and she takes a step, and her boot gets stuck in a pit of mud, and she goes to step out of it, and her boot comes off, and she takes another step, and her white sock, lands in the mud puddle. So the whole commercial is basically she goes home and the detergent washes all the mud out. This was, for whatever reason, one of my favorite commercials. I would laugh at this kid every single time I saw it. And so one day, my family and I were walking. We used to do a lot of walking on trails and stuff. We're walking on this trail. It had rained earlier that day. You know, it's springtime. We're all in our raincoats and our rain boots, and we're walking along, and my boot gets stuck in some mud, and I go to take a step, and of course, I step forward, and my white sock lands in the mud. Like, right out of the commercial. Right out of the commercial. So, I started crying, because that's the kind of kid I was, and I just was so upset. I don't like getting clothes dirty. I was a dirty kid. I loved being dirty. I loved getting muddy and whatever, but I had to be approving of when I was getting dirty, and I had to be wearing the right clothing that I wanted to get dirty. I did not want my sock in the mud. And then the dilemma was, do I put my foot in the boot and walk home, but then how do you get the mud out of the boot? So my dad carried me home, and and someone had to hold the boot. So yeah, we stood there for a good, 4 or 5 minutes trying to figure out how we were going to do this, because I didn't want to put my foot in the boot, because then the boot and the sock would be dirty, and I didn't want to walk with that disgusting mushy feeling. So I just cried, and then my dad just picked me up and said, shut up and let's go. So that is karma for laughing at that poor kid in the commercial. Because literally right at the commercial, my mom started laughing and goes, that's what you get for laughing at the kid in the commercial. So, yeah. Okay. That was story number 1, I guess. So, thank you for watching. Subscribe, comment, questions, anything like that. If there's any topics, like generic childhood topics that you want to ask about and I can make a video about, then go ahead. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.